Yo, what is up guys, it's me Zachary and welcome to day 22 of the 2017-2018 NBA season. The sweetest thing for us, the best thing for us would be to make the playoffs. This means nothing. If we keep winning and I keep doing what I have to do, then the real reward will come. That's what Kristaps Porzingis said after yesterday's game, and he is bent on making the NBA playoffs. That is the end game for Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis led the Knicks to yet another win yesterday over the Charlotte Hornets, and it was another fourth quarter comeback win for New York as well. They outscored Charlotte 35-19 in the fourth to end up with the 118-113 win. And you can see the will of Porzingis to win this game down the stretch come to life. Man scored 7 points in the last 2 minutes. And what I found most impressive about this Knicks comeback win though was that it wasn't even sparked by Porzingis. Heading into the fourth quarter when the Knicks were down 15, Porzingis was on the bench. When the Knicks went on their run, it was just all across the board. You had guys stepping up, whether it was Hardaway Jr., McDermott, Cantor, O'Quinn, Frank Ntilikina has been coming along nicely. You could maybe even make an argument that just his presence on the court is what has caused the Knicks to start winning games. After essentially missing the first 3 games of the season, he played only 8 minutes in the first game against OKC before leaving. That Frank kid came back for their 4th game against Brooklyn and it's been pretty much nothing but winning ever since then. The New York Knicks are playing like an actual team out there for the first time in who knows how long, and now it's at the point where you were already hearing some mumbles of Porzingis' name appear in the MVP race. Offensively, look, we know he's fired. He had 28 points last night, so not another 30-point game, but it could have been if he wanted it to, 10 of 15 from the field, but it didn't matter because all he cares about is getting the win. Defensively though, the man is looking like a defensive player of the year candidate. Porzingis is one of the best rim protectors in the NBA. There was this one sequence last night against Charlotte where Porzingis blocked, I believe it was Cody Zeller or Frank Kaminsky 3 times at the rim in the same possession without fouling. Do you guys know how hard that is to do? If Porzingis gets this Knicks team into the playoffs, I don't care if it's as the 7th or 8th seed, come April, if I see the New York Knicks in the playoffs, then there is a strong possibility for Porzingis to win MVP. If not MVP, then for sure most improved, which I'm pretty sure he's winning no matter what right now, and also defensive player of the year. This was a team that was supposed to be in the bottom 5 in the NBA, 25 wins max. Whether or not they can keep winning like this for the remaining 70 or so games, we'll have to wait and see. But as far as what we see right now, this has been nothing short of incredible. The Philadelphia 76ers are making the playoffs this year. I was holding off on saying it until I saw whether or not they could win without Embiid, since we all know he's going to miss a handful of games due to the fact that he can't play back-to-backs right now and for other various reasons. For example, last night he sat out due to what Philly called a load restriction, and he is such a key piece of the team that I thought him missing 50 to 20 games this year would almost automatically take them out of the playoffs. But after they managed to beat Utah without him yesterday, I'm starting to believe more. 104-97 was the final score. Ben Simmons did his usual thing, which is everything: 16 points, 13 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals, and 3 blocks. Dario Saric was huge with the absence of Embiid with 25 points and 10 rebounds. JJ Redick has been an amazing addition to the Sixers team so far. He had 20 points, and I am just impressed by Philly. The only thing that scared me last night was how much they were fouling. Pretty much everyone was on the verge of fouling out. Robert Covington did foul out, but hey, they got the win, their 5th straight. I was just thinking about this Bucks team last night. Look, I completely forgot about Chris Middleton when I was talking about Eric Bledsoe trade yesterday. When Jabari Parker comes back and gets into game shape, will Giannis start at the 5? Will Jabari be the 6th man, Brogdon be the 6th man, and move Middleton over to the 2? What's going to happen? Because you will have Bledsoe, Brogdon, Middleton, Jabari, and Giannis. That's their 5 best players, and a really good 5 best players at that. And I'm sure there'll be times where that'll be the lineup they roll out on the court. But will that be the lineup that they start games with? Will Giannis feel comfortable starting at center? The problem of maybe too much talent. It's a nice problem to have, I imagine. Speaking of Bledsoe though, they could have used him last night as they just didn't have enough to beat the Cavs. Once again, Cleveland didn't play good defense. It's just that LeBron had enough help on the offensive end last night to grind out the 124-119 win over Milwaukee. And after whatever meltdown he had in their last game against Atlanta, Love was incredible last night. Milwaukee just didn't know how to handle him. 32 points a 9 of 14 shooting, went to the free throw line 16 times and grabbed 16 rebounds. Cleveland, Lou, LeBron, whoever is the real coach there, this is what you guys need to do with Love more often. Stop treating him like Ryan Anderson. Love wasn't forced to shoot a single three last night, and look what happened. But it wasn't just Love. LeBron did his thing too last night. 30 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, while Smith also chipped in 20. The Cavs are going to be fine in the long run, just need to desperately work on that defense though. I just want to say that Jay Crowder ain't about to be stopping KD in the final. Let's just make that clear right now. Crowder has been the definition of bun so far for the Cavs. Giannis cooked him up real nice last night for a smooth 40 points, while Middleton also played well with 20 points, 11 assists, and 7 rebounds, while Brogdon added 22. Red alert! Billy Donovan has to go right now. I don't care what the excuse is, this was just bad. If you're a Thunder fan, I bet you didn't even stick around to watch the entire game. First quarter, oh yeah, everything's going perfectly fine. OKC scores 25 while limiting the Kings to only 10 points. How could this game possibly go wrong? Well, it did. Tell me how OKC manages to lose to the Kings 94-86. Tell me how OKC with Paul George, Russell Westbrook, and Carmelo Anthony only managed to score 86 points last night. Tell me how in their last 3 games, which were all losses, that they failed to score 100 points in any of them. Everyone is scoring at least 100 points every night in today's NBA. The Jazz and the Grizzlies are scoring 100 points more often right now than the Thunder. I said it before, I'll give Billy Donovan and whoever their defensive coordinator is props for their defense because that has been great so far, but this offensive system of just ISO everything, it don't work. You lost to the Kings, it don't work. And high key, the Thunder should just let Donovan go and hire Mark Jackson as the head coach. That would only make the storyline between OKC and Golden State even better, as well as Jackson is just a far better coach than Billy Donovan too. Kings win over OKC, and OKC is now 4-6 on the year. Buddy Hield was on fire off the bench last night for 21, while Westbrook had 20 for the Thunder. We've been doing this almost all season. It's all the other guys on the team that make mine and DeMarcus's job easy. I know what you're talking about, AD. The other guys do a phenomenal job of giving one of you the ball and getting the heck out of the way. That's for sure what they did last night and what they will continue to do for the rest of the season. And I kind of like DeMarcus Cousins' post-game motivational speech a little more than Davis's. I think our talent is different than a lot of bigs. There's so many ways we can dominate a game, and I think we're just scratching the surface right now. We can get so much better. I'd say that's a bit more accurate. I get that you're trying to make the other guys not feel as useless as they have been so far, AD, but let's be real here. This is the DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis show, and it's even been a pretty good show. Got you guys the 117-112 win over the Pacers. Cousins and AD combined for just under 70 points last night. 37 points, 14 rebounds for AD, and 32 points, 13 rebounds, and 6 assists for Cousins. The other 8 guys in rotation only had to combine for what's that? Like 48 points. 48 points, that's an average of 6 points per person. I mean, you guys are averaging close to 70 a game between the two of you, and all you need from the other 8 guys is 6 points per person. I don't want to hear that the other guys make our jobs easier stuff anymore. Kawhi, where are you, Kawhi? Take your time, look, I want to see you come back at 100% because the Spurs really won't even need you to the playoffs there anyways, as San Antonio got their 3rd straight win yesterday, 120-107 over the Clippers, and Rudy Gay, he's looking like the biggest steal of the offseason for the Spurs. We questioned how he would fit with the team initially, but he has finally embraced his role as a 6th man and is doing a really good job at it. 22 points and 7 rebounds in only 24 minutes of action yesterday. He's only averaging 13 and 5 on the year, but it's been these past couple of games that he has started to look more comfortable in his role. And speaking of comfortable though, LaMarcus Aldridge continues to look nice and cozy with his bigger role on the Spurs offense this year, as he had another 20-point game yesterday, 25 for LA, while Griffin had an off night of only 15 for the Clippers. Tyreke Evans, 6th man of the year. Man is having a resurgent year off the bench for Memphis. And I know I just said Rudy Gay might have been the biggest deal of the summer, but I might have to change my mind already. This man Tyreke Evans has been looking like rookie year Tyreke Evans all over again. For most players, that would be a terrible thing, but that's not the case here. The Grizzlies held on to get the 98-97 win over the Portland Trailblazers last night, as CJ McCollum's pull-up jumper at the buzzer was just a little bit off. Tyreke Evans had 21 off the bench last night from Memphis, and get this, he is averaging nearly 18 points per game so far this year, while Mike Conley scored 20 that all came in the second half. Dame had an off night for the Blazers with only 12 points, and CJ McCollum tried to make up for it by pouring in 36, but like I said, it just wasn't enough. You never know what you're gonna get from Jokic. Sometimes it's like he doesn't want to shoot the ball, and then other nights it's like the man thinks he's Kobe out there. Nikola Jokic went off for a career high 41 points last night to go along with 12 rebounds and 5 assists before fouling out to get the Nuggets the 112-104 win over Brooklyn. He does have the ability to take over games like this. He just needs to find a way to balance that while also being the main distributor for the team on a consistent basis. Bobby Portis made his debut yesterday after breaking Nikola Mirotic's face, and he almost was too much for the Raptors to even handle yesterday. Portis scored 21 points and grabbed 13 rebounds and 24 minutes off the bench yesterday, but it just wasn't enough as Toronto still gets the 119-114 win. DeRozan dropped 24 while Valanciunas at 21 and 10 for the Raptors. That's not a good look, Washington. Couldn't even blame it on not having John Wall or anything. I mean, Wall played after missing his last game against the Raptors, but the Wizards kind of got manhandled by the 1-10 Mavericks last night, 113-99. Dennis Smith Jr., who has been streaky with his shots so far as a rookie, which is expected, had a good game last night with 22 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists, a near triple-double, but the real guy for Dallas last night was Harrison Barnes. Washington couldn't handle Harrison as he dropped an efficient 31 points and grabbed 9 rebounds. Wall and Beal both scored 23 for the Wizards. That wraps up all the action from yesterday, though. You guys go vote for the player of the day by following the link down in the description box below. Just remember, the only players whose team won are eligible to win player of the day. Yesterday, you guys selected Kyrie Irving and his 35 points and 7 assists as the player of the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more daily NBA highlights, as well as stay tuned for the daily NBA news video dropping later today, but I'll see you guys then. Peace!